On March 3rd, 2017, Nintendo released their first ever open world game in the Zelda franchise, Breath of the Wild. This game completely changed how people viewed Zelda games and instantly became a cult classic. However, there's one community that pushes this game to its limits every single day: the speedrunning community. The reason being that this game is completely open world, meaning that every speedrun could look different because there was no set path to complete. That was, of course, until people found the fastest routes. Now, 5 years later, people are still competing for the best times in some of the strangest categories. One of the most notable categories is one that started as a joke but quickly surged in popularity and became one of the most competitive categories in the game. I'm talking about die percent. More specifically, jump off a cliff die percent. When you go onto speedrun.com, you'll see that there is a category for Breath of the Wild. However, it's just the basic official categories. You have to go to the category extensions to see what the community has deemed speedrun worthy. Die percent is a great example of this. The speedrun is like any other one. You would start in the game and try to jump off a cliff and die to fall damage as fast as possible. Now that seems super simple when you hear it, and you might be thinking, I could get the world record on that, that's super easy. And well, the run was super easy to do, but there was a major issue with the actual speed of the run. More on that later. On January 8th, 2018, 3 runs were submitted underneath this category, with first place being a whopping 1 minute and 4 second lead by Lulu Core. Here's how we did it. Lulu Core starts a new game and skips the beginning cutscene about a minute into the run, and instantly darts over to the Sheikah Slate pedestal when gaining control of Link. If you don't get the Sheikah Slate, you can't open the door to the next part. As soon as the cutscene is over, he breezes through the next room and runs as fast as he can to activate the next cutscene. Once he makes it to the third cutscene, he darts to the title cutscene. When that one is over, he instantly jumps off, giving him the time of 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Now that doesn't quite add up since his time is 3 minutes and 24 seconds, but on the website it says 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So what's happening here? The reason for this is that the actual run starts when you gain control of Link, meaning that the whole first intro cutscene could be entirely cut from the run. This would be huge later on as the category gained more popularity. The difference between the first and second runs just shows how much this category had to offer, and on January 30th, Lulu Core's first place spot was taken by ATZ by literal milliseconds. The run was almost identical, except there's one part where ATZ got a 1 second advantage over Lulu, which resulted in him taking the #1 spot. And surprisingly, ATZ remained at the top for 8 whole months with 24 other verified attempts. No one could beat his score until September 16th, 2018. A player by the name of Grega who shaved off 19 seconds from the world record. 19 seconds is an insane amount of time to shave off. So, what did they do differently? Grega starts the run like everyone else, grabbing the Sheikah Slate and enters the second room. But instead of heading to the second podium immediately to activate the second cutscene, they run directly to the right to these 3 boxes, where they stack 2 on top of each other and perform a clip out of spawn. This clip was a huge change for the speedrun, because you had to sit through a 44-second cutscene and a 43-second cutscene before you could jump off a cliff. But now, you had access to skip both of those cutscenes, giving the whole run a new dynamic. Grega makes their way out of bounds to a mountain near the spawn and clips back into the boundaries once he's on top, and then runs to the nearest cliff, giving them the record. With this new path in play, the first place spot would vary day to day as people got better at performing the clip. And a week later, a player by the name of HarmJan387 was able to complete the speedrun in under 1 minute and 45 seconds, shaving off 13 seconds from the previous record. The only difference in the run? Instead of clipping back out at the top of the mountain and running until the mountain ends, they wait to take a half heart of damage due to the weather conditions and jump off the cliff that's out of the boundaries. The hidden tech in this run kept evolving over time, which just shows how dedicated a community can be towards a meme speedrun. And for a while, that was a dedicated route that people would take, and the record got as low as 1 minute and 3 seconds. But the question then became, could someone complete the run in under 60 seconds? Well, for 20 months, that question remained unanswered as nobody was able to do it until a player by the name of Corporal did exactly that. By the time the sub-minute run happened, the community had figured out that putting the game in French mode made all the dialogue go just a little faster. Corporal gets the Sheikah Slate and activates it and runs directly to the right of the spawn room to perform a whole new clip that is incredibly common in any speedrun in the game now. This clip completely changed Breath of the Wild speedruns forever, as it gave players a way to leave spawn in under 1 minute. Corporal makes his way to the mountain. However, when he's at the top, instead of clipping back into the the boundaries, he times his jump so that he takes a half a heart of damage mid-fall so that he doesn't have to wait, causing time to build. Getting a sub-minute was a lot of people's goals, and when they saw what's possible, a lot of people were determined to hit that. And a lot of people actually did just that. Some even passed Corporal by literal milliseconds. Today, there are currently 4 sub-minute runs, with the current record holder being Zerf? I don't know how to say your name, I'm so sorry. With a millisecond indifference. Today, the category also has over 150 verified runs underneath it. It's funny to think that what started as a meme category has now become one of the most competitive and interesting categories in all of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild speedruns. And personally, I'm excited to see just how low this record can go. You get it? Because like Link is like falling and I'm saying like lower. Okay.